There are two cell types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic cells are a primitive cell type. They have no organelles and are simply a cell membrane with free-floating DNA within. They are found as bacteria and blue-green algae and simple one-celled organisms. Eukaryotic cells contain many types of organelles which perform specific functions. Eukaryotic cells are found in plants and animals. An appropriate analogy for an animal cell would be that of a gated community. In this community, there is a cellular membrane which functions as a security fence. It controls what can enter and leave the cell. Certain substances, such as water, can always pass freely. Other substances can be granted permission to enter or leave. The cell's cytoplasm is the liquid environment in which the organelles must function. It is analogous to the air in our environment. If there is too much or too little cytoplasm, it can affect the cell and its organelles. The cell's DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, acts as the town's mayor. The mayor determines what will happen inside the cell. DNA contains the instructions for each organelle's job and determines what type of cell, muscle, nerve, etc., the cell will be. The nucleus is the mayor's office. It is a membrane-enclosed space in which the DNA sits. The nucleus dissolves when cells prepare to undergo meiosis or mitosis. Mitochondria is the cell's gas and electric company. It breaks down nutrients from the food we eat, which in turn releases energy. The cell uses the energy to perform many different functions. The breakdown of nutrients to release energy is called respiration. The mitochondria looks like a tiny monster with fierce teeth. Every community needs a local economy. In our scenario, the endoplasmic reticulum functions as a factory. The endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, is a piece of membranous material which acts as the site of protein manufacture for the cell. Different types of cells make different types of proteins, which they can then hold on to or export from the cell. Ribosomes are factory workers. They attach themselves to the endoplasmic reticulum and make the proteins that the cell needs. Endoplasmic reticulum that has ribosomes attached is called rough ER because the ribosomes give it a bumpy appearance. What does the cell do with all the proteins it produces? Some are exported via the cell's postal service or Golgi apparatus. The Golgi encloses proteins in a membranous envelope called the Golgi vesicle and attaches chemical markers which ensure they reach the appropriate destination. The Golgi apparatus is easily recognized by its stack of pancakes appearance. We all appreciate public services which keep our community looking its best. In a cell, the lysosome acts as the garbage man. It engulfs debris which is broken down and then either recycled or thrown out of the cell. Plant cells have the same organelles as an animal cell and also include some specialized organelles. The first is a cell wall. Animals rely on their skeletal system to support their bodies. Without a skeletal system, we would be limp as jellyfish. Plants have a cell wall instead of a skeletal system. Imagine stacking up water balloons. It wouldn't work well, would it? Now imagine putting each water balloon in a small box. Now they can be easily stacked. The plant cell's wall is just like a box around the cell membrane. It is what allows plants to stand upright without a skeleton. Chloroplasts are also unique to plant cells. They are small green organelles which have the ability to convert sunlight to food via photosynthesis. Remember that plant cells still need mitochondria to break down the food made by the chloroplasts. A vacuole is a membranous sac filled with water. When it is full of water, it increases the size of the cell and exerts pressure on the cell wall, which helps the cell wall remain rigid and the plant to stand upright. When a plant has too little water, the vacuole shrinks and the cell wall caves in a bit, which causes the plant to appear to wilt.